Oh, I can't talk about.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Hey,
Hey, everybody. I'm not lit up at all, am I?
thanks for finding the geek spot, everybody. Frank is not lit up.
No.
He's
I wish I
not.
was.
He's not there with the lights and the
Yes.
things. I have so many lights from so
There
many
we go.
directions. I don't
Have
even know where they're all coming
have an
from.
app now for my light bulbs.
Oh, me too. That's just in the different room. Charles, Dom, good to see you guys already.
Hey guys. Um, I have some stuff. Not a lot of news stuff, but I mean, we may as well just bust the barn doors open and go right at it.
I feel like there's some big news that
Oh,
just popped out a few minutes ago.
that's what I'm talking about. I mean, we may as well just kick the barn doors open and just kind of go right at it now. Um, Jonathan Majors' trial ended today. He was found guilty. I don't have it in front of me.
Assault and harassment.
Assault and harassment. It was a criminal trial, not
Yeah.
not a civil trial. And people were wondering what was going to happen. He's going to be sentenced in February, could be sentenced up to a year in jail. And Marvel wasted little time in cutting that thread.
I've seen a lot of sources say.
I haven't seen an official statement yet. So
Yeah.
let's say, for the sake of argument, everybody and their mother is posting that Marvel has moved on from Jonathan Majors. Marvel hasn't actually said anything yet. So with all of our tens of followers, I don't want us to get in trouble by Disney or the mail.
Now, I don't know who you look. They're gonna have to recast, right? They can keep all the same plans they had, all the same storylines, all that kind of stuff. Keep it all exactly how it was.
So do you think that with the news of the writer and the director and all that stuff changing behind the scenes before this happened, that they were kind of hedging towards that a little bit?
I don't know if they were all married to having him as their Kang, but I think you're not in bad shape if you just recast, right? So I mean,
Right.
spoilers for Loki from a while ago, or last week. I don't even remember anymore. When you get the recast that happens there, it's you just make it that is from the end of Loki. And when he did the loom, all of a sudden, all of the Kangs became a different person that they were a variant of, or they all become Renslayer and she's a variant, and you just make it that, and then you're good.
Well, it did, and they set precedent back in season 1 of Loki with all the variants don't actually look like or have to look like that person. We had a ton of different Lokis.
I mean, you had Alligator Loki, you had Richard Harris Loki,
Little kid Loki. We had tons of different Lokis. Sylvie is a Loki.
yeah.
So you can recast and still be Kang, and it just be a variant.
Yeah, you can even cast a no name and actually go with all of the right masks for all of the characters, because all of them but Rama Tut really have. And Immortus is supposed to be a different aged Kang anyway, not like how they were relaying him in the.
Right. Now, I'm not diving into the whole. I'm not diving into the trial aspect of this because I really didn't follow it that close, and I don't know. I know what the reports say and what the court documents say and what the jurors said, and that's all I know. I don't have an opinion really one way or the other. If he's found guilty by a court of his peers and he gets fired, then so be it. If that's the look, if that's what he wants to do, go be in the NFL.
Right.
Not gonna lose your job there. No, but it not, joke aside. It's, he was good. He was good in Ant-Man, and he was good in the first season of Loki.
He was fine. Like he wasn't, and some people thought he was a revelation in the way that he approached these characters. I thought it was. It was fine. I wasn't blown away by him in any of them. I thought, and look, a lot of it has to do with the writing. As the more shows and movies that come out that are actually well written as of late, you realize just how bad the writing has gotten in a lot of these things, and that it's not necessarily the acting, because these same actors can be great in other things.
Yeah.
But when the writing's just not there and the editing's not there, and they keep giving these people that aren't qualified necessarily these shows, that's what you get. But like Shackman is involved with Monarch, which is phenomenal. The
Yeah,
acting's
you had said that.
great, the writing's great. It's such a cool mystery show.
I'm sure Disney's going to release a statement if they don't already have one prepared. But I mean, it's one thing for one person to say it, but like literally every news outlet that you look up, if you Google his name, the first like 9 stories are, you know, Marvel release it, quit,
Right.
Marvel fired, Marvel this, and then there's one story that said Creed 3 actor. Like, wouldn't want to be known as the Creed 3 actor, be known as the Kang actor. Like, Creed 3 wasn't anything to hang your hat on.
I mean, it did as much as any of the Marvel movies that came out this year.
It did. I don't have a ton for tonight. I have a couple of things, and then you and I, you had me. I didn't even think of doing this because I know the next 2 weeks are going to be a little rougher with getting a show or finding time for a show because Christmas and New Year's both falling on Mondays, which
They
just
do.
sucks for everybody. The Monday fall is the worst.
It's just because they just want to make sure the Eagles play every Monday is
That's
what the deal
okay.
is.
That's okay. We'll see what happens tonight. It's I'm wearing the Eagles shirt because I wore it to work today and I didn't feel like changing.
There you go.
So there's a report out that so let me back up. Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon is out on Netflix and it's doing sensational in Rotten Tomatoes. It's not. It's
Is it?
hard.
Is it?
No.
Yeah.
It's
Has
bad.
it moved up at all
It's not. It's bad.
since you messaged the other day when it was at a 9%? Right.
Yeah, I don't think it's moved up. But being that there's a couple of good actors in it, and there's someone that I very much appreciate as an actor, Charlie Hunnam, who was Jax Teller, the world's greatest father in
Yep.
Sons of Anarchy, one of the world's greatest fathers in Sons of Anarchy,
Yep.
had been fantasy cast for years as DC's Green Arrow because of the way his facial hair looked. And bye, Jack. He had been fantasy cast for years as Green Arrow.
You just had that look. There you are.
Right, there you go. It turns out that he was in the final 2 or 3 people to play Anakin Skywalker all the way back before Hayden Christensen was cast. Like, he got the George Lucas meeting. He was that far into the casting, and it was down to him and like 2 or 3 other people, one of them being Hayden Christensen. How would that have looked to you, looking back?
Well, I don't know what Charlie Hunnam looked like back then, because I bet you he did not look like he did in Sons of Anarchy,
He
because that was
did.
10 years prior.
Yeah, he did a little
And
bit.
he would have been like 18.
I don't know how old he is now.
He was born in 1980.
Yeah, this was in 2000.
So by then he had done Biker Grove, Micro Soap,
Yeah.
and a couple episodes of Queer as Folk.
But at that age, that's the perfect age to play him, right? You would back then.
It would have been. I think he's the same age as Hayden.
Right.
It's hard to say. Let me try and fix this connection though. I'll be back in a sec.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm gonna start talking about this other thing that I have here. So Jack's got a major connection issue going on right now, which I always seem to run into, and I like to try and reboot my computer earlier in the evening because I never reboot it. We also went ahead, Jack and I, and we listed and ranked our top 10 movies and TV shows of 2023 that we're going to get into once Jack comes back. I can tell you now, Jack probably outpaced me in the movie category and the TV category for most likely. Movie category is a little light for me. There is, you guys have heard me talk about the Wheel of Time on a number of different occasions and how I'm trying to watch it and it's such a departure from the books and it's all this. So Amazon is planning a Wheel of Time prequel It's going to be a trilogy, and it's going to be set a couple millennia before the actual TV show and the books that are out now. And it's going to be dealing with all the actual evil characters that are in the world now. Before they were evil in turn, they were all good characters at one point. So that I have better hope for, because there's not a lot of source material on that. It's just going to be a lot of they have the names and they have the basic outlines of the characters. That'll be fun. What else? I actually really did not prepare a lot for tonight, because who thinks that we're going to go and have internet problems while we're playing, right? Or not playing. We have a give me a second. I'm looking up something here that I can kind of throw out until Jack gets back to save me from rambling. Jack, you can cut all this out, right? So what's everybody else watching right now? I know. Laugh. What's everybody else watching out there? Let's you guys that are in the chat, in the audience, is there anything that you're watching right now that's kind of catching your eye? I did see that George Clooney has a movie out, and he was asked if he would come back to the DC universe as Batman after his cameo, and he said that, quote, "There's not enough drugs in the world," unquote, to get him to come back. Hawkeye is good. Hawkeye's a good pull. Dom's watching Hawkeye. I actually watched, finally, something that was on a list. I watched the first episode, season 1, episode 1 of Reacher. It's a little slow, but I'm hooked. I will hopefully have that finished before this year ends. Cobra Kai. Dom's also watching Cobra Kai. Dom, I saw reports from the creators of that they were asked again if Hilary Swank could come in, and their reply was, "We love Hilary Swank. Anyone from the Miyagi-verse could show up in the last season." Marvel Hitmonkey is getting a season 2 in 2024. Charles, I'm not exactly sure what Hitmonkey is. Avatar: The Last Airbender. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll try. I can't say for sure that I'm gonna watch it. I will do my utmost best to watch it. Okay, on Hulu. I think Jack talked about that show before, the Hitmonkey one. Avatar: The Last Airbender. I might. That might be something I might get my kid to watch with me. I think he was into it when he was younger, and maybe I could actually get that father-son time that we all fathers long for as our kids get older, and maybe he'll sit down and watch that with me. Who knows? Maybe. Let's see. What else do I have here? I have nothing here. I did get a guy at work to start watching The Boys, and he binged in 2 weeks all the way through all The Boys and Gen V to catch up, and had some comments this morning when he came in about some of the scenes from some of the episodes. There he is.
Was that the longest 3 minutes of your life?
Oh God, I rambled forever. I had mentioned, if you had listened while you were gone, that the Wheel of Time, they're doing a prequel series set a millennia before this current era, and it'll be all of the bad guys, the Forsaken. It'll be them, but when they were good before they got turned to the dark, back in the age of legends or heroes or whatever it is.
Oh, that's cool. Is this a live action or animated?
It's live action. It sounds really good. It's the first season in a trilogy of seasons, or a movie. I'm sorry, it's the first movie in a planned trilogy. That actually sounds really good because there's not a lot of stuff on them. There's no books written about them. There's just information in these current books.
Oh, that could be pretty cool.
Yeah. And I asked everybody in the chat what they were watching, and Dom's doing his.
I see some Hawkeye rewatch.
Hawkeye,
Cobra Kai goes back to filming in January, so I feel like he's got time to watch Cobra Kai.
I think they're gonna get Hilary Swank for that,
Uh,
personally.
I see Charles with Hit Monkey. Hit Monkey was so good.
People reacting to Game of Thrones, and Pete'll have to watch Hawkeye again. Game of Thrones reactions are fun. It's just a lot of people going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I am stoked about Hit Monkey season 2 though. That show was
I
fantastic.
I I couldn't remember what that was until he mentioned it was on Hulu, and I know you like that. Um,
Yeah, it was supposed to be part of a four-prong animation block that Marvel was going to have. It was the last vestiges of Marvel TV.
gotcha.
It was Hit Monkey, Howard the Duck, the Tigra and Dazzler show, and I forget what the other one was, but Kevin Smith was doing the one, and there was like four shows that were supposed to happen, and only one did.
Gotcha. Before we go to our movie thing, the movie and TV thing, because I actually did that, right?
Yeah.
I want to run through this real quick. 10 great movie sequels with terrible titles. So
Okay.
I want to see if you agree with the part that they're great sequels and that they have bad titles. And I have only looked at one of these so far. Number 10, Die Hard with a Vengeance is the third Die Hard movie with Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
It was a great movie.
It was a great movie. I
Horrible.
don't think that was the worst of the titles.
No.
I mean,
No, but it wasn't a good title.
But Live Free or Die Hard was definitely a worse title and a worse movie. So
This one I think you'll definitely agree with. Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. This is listed as a great sequel, but a horrible title.
I would disagree with both. Well, no, it is a horrible title. Sorry. All of it's awful.
The extended version is better than the theatrical release.
Agreed.
Because it actually explains stuff.
But look, there is a massive call online right now for Dawn of the Seven to come out.
Yeah, I know.
So fingers crossed.
Number 8 is No Time to Die. I have not seen that yet. But awful title, good sequel?
No, I'd say both are fine.
Okay.
It ties in with the movie. It's a Bond movie. I mean, they're all kind of like, hey, remember this? And no, not at all. I don't remember anything from any of the Bond movies, but
because it's been 5 years since you've made this.
Yeah.
Right. Number 7, The Bourne Ultimatum, the third Jason Bourne movie. Haven't seen either.
The title was fine because you had the Bourne.
It's the Bourne Identity.
The Bourne Identity, the Bourne something, and then the Bourne. So yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Bourne Supremacy.
There you go.
Okay. Number 6, X-Men Days of Future Past. Great sequel, bad title?
No, they're great across the board. That was one of the most legendary series or storylines in X-Men comics. So it just literally took this comic book storyline.
And they did it right.
They did it close.
Okay. They did it better.
Yes.
Okay. Not better than the comic book.
Better than they could have. The best adaptation of that is actually in the animated series.
Number 5. I like this movie. Don't like the title as much. Rambo First Blood Part 2.
Yeah.
Could have done away with the First Blood Part 2 and just given it a different title.
Yeah. I'll give you that one. Second Blood,
Second Blood.
No, that's also awful. I don't know. But yeah, it could have been different.
Yeah. Number 4. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Like, veto both.
Yeah, there wasn't anything good about either one of those things.
You could have just stopped after the Sean Connery movie and we would have been fine.
Yes.
Okay. We agree on that.
And we would have had a perfect trilogy.
Number 3, the 11th Halloween movie, Halloween. This is the 2018 version.
Yeah, is that the Rob Zombie version?
No, this is the David Gordon Green version.
Oh, yeah. Whatever.
Okay. Number 2, I agree that this should not be the title of this movie, and this movie was garbage. Fast X.
Yeah, because they should have done Fast on Your Seatbelts.
Yes, they should have. Jason Momoa is absolutely outstanding in this movie because they just let him do whatever the hell he wanted, it looks like. Other than that, this movie is garbage.
Still not seen it.
No. And number 1, Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Was this both a great sequel with a bad title?
As a prequel, it was fine. The title, it was okay, but I
So
think
the
we already
Phantom Menace was Darth
Sidious,
Sidious. Okay.
yeah.
Just wanted to make sure we're on the same page
Darth
there.
Plagueis. Ooh, hard
Darth
to
Plagueis.
say.
Could have been. Could have been. Do I have anything else? I have a couple of DC
Well,
things.
what were you up to the last week?
Yeah, we didn't
You
even.
didn't catch up. You were so excited to talk about Jonathan Majors.
I was. I wanted to get that off at the top of the at the top of the show. Pete also chimes in with Crystal Skull wasn't as bad as the media made it out to be. It was okay. No, it sucked. I mean, to me, it sucked. But Pete and I definitely don't agree on movies a lot.
It's fair.
Last week, what did I do last week? I had a hockey game. Went to a Christmas party. I went to a Christmas benefit yesterday. Saw some old friends. Listened to some music. Realized why I drink when I go out to see cover bands play.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it helps them sound better. No,
Yep.
I love you guys, all of you guys. It was great. They raised over $10,000 for insert charity name here because I really did not pay attention and I feel bad about that. But they raised $10,000 for charity at Christmas time, and that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And yes, Pete, I did have hockey finals and we lost. And then I went to a Christmas party yesterday. What about you?
Gigs. Lots of holiday gigs. Got
Yeah?
more holiday gigs coming up. They donated to. I don't know what they donated to. They don't say anywhere what they were actually donating to.
No, I missed it. I totally forget.
It was Jingle Jam 2023.
It was.
Yeah. Father Judge. Maybe.
Yeah, it was for Father Judge. Yes.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. No, I just like I said, had a lot of gigs with the holiday parties. Took the little ones out to see Elsa and Santa yesterday, and
Ooh, that sounds fun.
did all the fun stuff. But that's about it. Nothing too crazy over here. Just getting ramped up for the holiday.
Before we go into our movie list, there's an actor out there that's kind of throwing his hat in the ring about wanting to be Batman.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And it's an actor whose show I watched episode 1, season 1 yesterday.
Oh.
It's something that is on my list.
Yeah, look, hey, you started something on your list. Dom couldn't be prouder.
Alan Ritchson wants to play Batman.
Yeah, I'd take it. I mean, look, he's
no problem.
He's borderline age-wise,
right,
for where they wanted the character, but I mean, he's good enough to be a little bit older.
It's huge.
He's been every other comic character at this point in DC. Why not go on to his third?
He really has. I actually had an argument with someone yesterday about him playing Aquaman in Smallville. He was like, "No, that Justin guy." I'm like, "Justin Hartley was Green Arrow. Stop talking."
Yeah. I mean, he almost had a spinoff but Justin Hartley was supposed to be Aquaman in the spinoff, wasn't he?
Yes, Justin Hartley actually was. Like, I think he did a pilot of Aquaman.
Right.
And then they cast Alan.
No, well, Alan came in way before Justin Hartley.
Did he?
He was in one of Lois's first episodes when he came out of the water.
Yes, he did, because he dated Lois for a half a second.
Yep.
It was like I think he was in it for like 2, maybe 3 episodes.
He was on it off and on. He came back a few times because he was part of the Justice League with Bart's Flash and Cyborg and all that stuff.
I'm super excited for Talkville to come back and do season 4, because season 4 is widely criticized as the worst season of Smallville, and Rosenbaum already hates the show. I can't wait to hear him talk about all the magic and the witches and all that stuff for that season.
Yeah, I had to bow out of that show because Rosenbaum is so miserable. I just can't listen to him. I can't even listen to his regular podcast now after listening to Talkville.
Yeah, he really is miserable, isn't he? Charles wants to know what your thoughts are on the Percy Jackson series on Disney Plus, and
I haven't had a chance to catch it yet.
Cool, I'm in the same boat.
I've been too jammed up, but I'll dig into that soon. And What If, and I got to catch up on Reacher season 2. As I said earlier, I've been deep in Monarch for the last week, catching up on all 6 episodes of that. That show is so stupid good.
That's the Apple one?
Yeah, Apple hasn't put out a bad show that I've seen.
No, I've heard that, well, from you, but, I plan on getting through Reacher season 1 and whatever they have for season 2 by the end of this year, so over the next 2 weeks, um, and then we'll see where I go. Maybe I'll go to Monarch,
Monarch will be wrapping up right around then. So
maybe I'll jump into that. Um, so two other things before we go to our list real fast. Um, the 5 Arrowverse shows are available on Netflix, and new viewership data from the platform reveals which shows have been watched the most. Can you guess what the top Arrowverse show? We're talking
which 5?
Black Lightning, Legends, Supergirl, Arrow, and The Flash. Of those 5, which show has the most views?
The Flash.
It does. It has 311 million viewing hours.
Yeah, I would go with the Flash.
And then Arrow at 159, Supergirl at 60, Legends at 37, Black Lightning at 34.
But those have all been on there for quite a while too.
Yeah. I thought that was interesting. Batwoman and Supergirl, Superman and Lois are not on Netflix.
No, they're on Max.
Yes. Which makes it fun if you're trying to rewatch The Crisis on Infinite Earths, because you can't watch it all in one place.
Yeah. Well, why would you be able to?
Why would you? Okay. Last thing for the news bit before we get to our movie stuff and anything that you would like to talk about. The 10 most brutal deaths in all 9 seasons of The Flash. I saw this and I was like, I have to do this.
Oh, okay.
I have to.
Let's go.
This should be fast, and I didn't look at it. Number 10, Evil Cisco vaporizes Gypsy. I think that should be higher up.
Yeah, that was rough.
Okay. 9, Harrison Wells decays to death. Season 1, episode 17.
Nah, because we didn't like that Harrison.
Okay.
That was Eobard. That wasn't Harrison even.
Right. Number 8, Bloodwork makes his victims into essentially zombies.
Nah, it was lame.
Number 7, season 4, episode 22. The Thinker shrinks a guard and steps on him.
All right, that was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. The Thinker was pretty good villain.
Yeah,
they didn't do that too bad. Season 5, and it just says episode number 6. Nora West Allen is erased from existence.
Oh yeah, that was just fine.
Yeah, it's a brutal.
They brought her back every 5 minutes.
Right. Season 9, episode 9, number 5. A brainwashed Wally West stabs Barry Allen. Nobody died,
but he was fine. So
Yeah,
that wasn't a death.
Nope. Number 4 is season 3, episodes 22 and 23. Savitar kills H.R. Wells. I like
that was rough.
Yeah, I like
that. I did like H.R.
Yeah.
But they've been setting that up all year too.
Yeah. Number 3, season 2, episode 14. Zoom kills Jay Garrick out of nowhere. That was back when it was still good.
Did he kill Jay Garrick? I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Oh, that Jay Garrick.
That Jay Garrick.
Right.
Yeah. The one that, yeah.
The one that was
number 2, season 1, episode 15. Reverse Flash impales Cisco with his bare hand. It was pretty brutal, even though it was, again, that's back.
No, I mean, when that happened, that was crazy because we thought Cisco was, he
Right.
should have left then. It would have been better for him.
And number 1, obviously, Reverse Flash stabs Nora Allen, and it just says multiple episodes. Yeah. Every 10 episodes, right?
Yeah, at least once a season, if not more.
At least. I just thought that was funny. I don't have anything other news-wise, unless you have anything.
No, we can dig into those top 10s or top 20s or top 3s or however many things you saw.
I'll let you do movies first. I didn't rank my movies because I didn't have enough to rank to a top 10.
So I realized when I looked at this that there's still 10 movies that I didn't see, or at least 7 or 8 that I wanted to see that I didn't see. I'm still behind on Mission Impossible. I still didn't see Mutant Mayhem, Five Nights at Freddy's, Air. I haven't seen John Wick 4.
I still haven't seen that either.
Something that I wrote down that I can't even read. Fast X, Mission Impossible, Oppenheimer. Like I'm still behind on all those big ones. So maybe they would move up this list possibly.
You're not going to see Fast X.
Probably not. No.
Okay, that's worth a highlight.
Yeah.
Tom can't wait to see my top 1 of 2023.
The
Go
rest
ahead.
is on his list, Tom. It's fine. So I guess I'll go in order. I almost I'll go the bottom to the top, I guess, based on those. So, and I think these are in order. They're close. So 10, I'd have to say Indiana Jones,
Okay.
which cracked the top 10 barely, only because there's some other stuff that I haven't seen still, I think.
Fair. Fair.
Um, and then I had to put they cloned Tyrone,
Okay.
which I don't think you saw that, but that was great with uh who was in that one? I think it's John Boyega and Jamie Foxx and Tiana Parrish. It was a Netflix movie. It was great, sci-fi slash hood kind of thing. Then Cocaine Bear was on my list,
Yeah.
which I forgot the Super Bowl ads that ran during last year until I saw that was in there.
Yep.
Then we got the Dungeons and Dragons movie, which was this year,
Yeah. Yeah.
which is crazy. Then I had Blue Beetle snuck in there,
Okay.
and then I put the Marvels above that because we did both enjoy the Marvels. So we
I
got to
I
keep that in there.
thoroughly enjoyed the Marvel.
Then I had Guardians,
Okay.
which I wasn't a huge fan of, but like I give it credit for what it was.
Right.
Then I actually put Renfield above the Guardians because
Wow.
I enjoyed Renfield immensely. I thought that was a
Wow.
blast.
Was it
Uh,
because of Nicolas Cage or was it
and
because
Nicholas Holt, they were both great.
Oh,
Then I had Spider Verse.
yes.
I'm sure you enjoyed that. You might only have seen one of these movies on this list, maybe two.
I've seen a few.
And then the Super Mario Brothers movie, which almost was number one,
No, what beat it for number 1?
Barbie.
Okay, that's fair. You don't know Oppenheimer?
I didn't see Oppenheimer
Yeah, neither did I.
because I haven't bought digital media or physical media in quite a while.
I can't really question your movies. I'm
That's
just
because
gonna
you only saw like 3 of them.
I'm just gonna list movies for me by month because it's January 0, February Ant-Man. It does not make my top 10. March Creed 3 doesn't make my top 10. Shazam, never finished it. Dungeons and Dragons, never finished it. Between April and June, I saw Air, which would make my top 10. Guardians, which would make the bottom half of my top 10. Fast X, which wouldn't make my top 10. The Flash, which you forgot about, didn't you?
Oh, I didn't forget about the Flash.
Oh, okay. And Indiana Jones, which might squeak into my top 10. And the only other movie I saw this year was The Marvels. So I saw 8 movies and 2 do not finishes. The Marvels would probably be, if I had to rank these that I saw, it would probably go Marvels, Air, Guardians, and then the rest. Because Air was that good to me.
Yeah, I only had a couple that I saw that didn't end up on one of those lists either. Like Scream 6, which
Didn't
was
say it.
fun.
No.
Transformers: Rise of the Beasts was this year.
So I was looking at the link you sent me, and I couldn't believe how many movies were out that I was like, oh my God, I thought it was like 3 years ago.
Yeah. No Hard Feelings, Jennifer Lawrence's comeback.
Yeah, I didn't see that yet, but I will because it's a
It's
comedy.
fine.
All right, TV
And
shows.
then who knows if Aquaman will sneak in for the year?
I don't really think it's gonna be good.
I don't either, but
But-
it wasn't a great year as just evidenced.
No. I'm gonna let you do your TV shows first because mine's always a treat. I have
Both of them.
what's that?
Both of them.
I have a handful of DNFs on my television shows, so that's gonna be fun. Handful of did not finishes.
Oh, good.
More than a handful. But
well, I would
had
assume most of your shows are.
not a single rewatch. Not a single
Okay.
rewatch is on my list.
Not Friday Night Lights and Smallville and The Office.
Not a single rewatch. I did manage to get 10 movies and rank them, or TV shows. But I will let you go first.
Yeah, this was tough. This is tougher to figure out because I'm not great at keeping track of what I watch throughout the year.
I had to look at 3 different lists to find shows.
Yeah. I don't really have these in order though.
Okay.
So I have a top 10, but not in order.
Right. I did an actual ranking of a top 10 and it wasn't easy for me.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have these in a top 10 per se.
Okay.
My first on the list would be Last of Us.
Okay.
which I thought was incredibly well done. Right, I'm not a huge Pedro
Okay.
Pascal fan, but overall, I thought the show was really well done.
Right.
I don't know how they're going to pull off season 2, but we'll see what happens.
Mm.
Then the Walking Dead as a whole, because they actually put 3 shows out this year, and I thought all of them were incredibly well done. Dead City, Daryl Dixon, and Fear the Walking Dead's series finale. All of them were amazingly well done. So that as a whole fits in there.
Okay.
Then there's a handful of Apple stuff that was all great. Silo was amazing.
I think that might be next after Reacher for me.
Hijack, which was also awesome with Idris Elba.
Hijack.
Ted Lasso, season 3 was this year, which is insane that was just this year. And then Monarch, even though there's only 6 episodes in, is going to fit into my my top shows of the year. Other ones I had on my list was One Piece,
Okay.
Gen V, the Doctor Who run that just happened, Barry's final season, and then Yellow Jacket season 2.
Wow, we really have very different lists.
Yeah, I'm sure none of that stuff is on your list.
No, not at all.
What was fascinating to me as I made this list is nothing from Disney or Marvel was on my list.
I have 2 things from Disney and Marvel, but lower.
Yeah, and I only had 1 Netflix show that made my list.
Wow.
I almost had Poker Face on there. That was close. From Peacock.
Yeah. I haven't seen that yet.
No, it's on the list.
It's on the list. It's on a list.
So I think how many of my things that were my top 10 did you see this year? I think 3.
Ted Lasso
Last of Us,
and The Last of Us.
Ted Lasso, and Gen V.
Yep. 3
Yeah.
out of your 10.
Yeah.
Now let's see how many out of my 10 you've seen. You probably saw a couple.
All right, let's see where we're at.
Coming in at number 10 was Upload. I felt this
Did
season
you finish Upload?
I felt this season was a very disjointed season. I didn't know what the hell was going on because of the time jumps. And there's no it just doesn't warn you. It's all of a sudden you're days or weeks into the future.
There's no exposition. There's just now we're here.
Yes.
You did finish it though?
I did finish it.
Yeah, they can't not do a season 4.
They won't. That's what'll happen. Because it's a cliffhanger, they won't.
It's such a I don't know. I really hope they do a season 4.
So do I. So 10 was Upload, 9 was Superman and Lois.
Okay.
Thought it was a really good season when I finally did get done watching it. 8 is Loki. Even though the Loki finale was really, really good to me, I watched it a second time, not the whole season, just the finale. And I understood the finale a hell of a lot better the second time than I did the first time. And I really enjoyed it. Number 7 was Ahsoka because I enjoyed a lot more of that than you did.
Yeah. It seems that way.
But number 6 was Gen V. It's
Okay.
low.
That is low.
But I have other shows up there that you didn't watch. So at 5, I have Billions. It was the series finale. It was the final season. It was fucking sensational. All the actors pulled it off.
Yeah, look, I said I enjoyed the couple seasons I watched. I just
so good.
There was one season that was really slow, and I couldn't stay up.
Yep. The Last of Us hit number 4 for me.
Okay.
And The Last of Us, I think, was one of the best shows of the year. So,
agreed.
Number 3 was Ted Lasso. And you know how much I love Ted Lasso.
Yeah, so that's 3, huh?
That's at 3.
I really hope Yellowstone's not in your top 2.
It's not because it didn't come out this year.
Did it not?
No.
First half of season 5 didn't come out this year?
That was 4 years ago.
It was not.
But no,
it was this year.
It's not on. It wasn't even on my list at all. It wasn't even in my list of stuff I watched. I don't even remember watching it.
I feel like it was this year. But go ahead.
You might be right, but number 2 was Strange New World, Star Trek.
Okay.
And my number 1 show was the Picard of this year because it was just such a nostalgia trip. And it wasn't just nostalgia to be nostalgic. It was nostalgia wrapped around a really good freaking story. And that final episode where they get back on the Enterprise D and fly it out and do it was just so oh my God, I love that show so much. And it was a great send off. Shows that did not make my top 10. Night Court, didn't finish it.
Okay.
That 90s show, didn't finish it. Quantum Leap, not caught up.
Yeah.
And I liked it, Quantum Leap. Bad Batch came out this year, January.
So did Mando season 3.
That's not even on here.
Yeah.
We have The Flash season 9 in February. Nope.
Yeah, no. Anybody that's listened to this show knows that was not in our top 10 of shows.
No. History of the World, did not finish it.
I didn't even finish the first episode.
I think I got through one episode and I tapped right out.
Yeah.
How I Met Your Father, I actually enjoyed that.
Did.
The Mayans MC, didn't finish it. I still have like 2 or 3 episodes.
Not a surprise.
They're rough episodes to watch, though. Like, they're drama-filled, rough episodes. You know what did not make either list? Secret Invasion in June.
Shocking.
Very. That wouldn't have made my top 20. Another show that didn't make your top 10 that I'm surprised, Twisted Metal.
Yeah, it was close. Oh, look, it was enjoyable and it was fun, but I don't think it was like one of the best shows.
That was a did not finish. Justified for me was a did not finish. Just never got back around to it.
City Primeval, that one.
It was good. Started off really good.
Yeah.
September was Wheel of Time was the last.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. That was actually a really good season of Wheel of Time. That might have gone in there.
That wouldn't have made my top 10. And look, Pete and I agree, and Pete agrees with you also. History of the World was awful. Pete, coming from the time when Mel Brooks was revered, as I did and as you did. That's my TV list. I actually had more on there than you expected.
I did. And I can't believe you almost finished so many things.
I finished a lot of stuff. I finished at least 10.
It's true.
Yellowstone will come back as long as.
So Yellowstone aired November of 2022 till January 1st of 2023.
So technically doesn't count.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah. And we'll get the rest of that season sometime next year, as long as he doesn't sue anyone else from his cast.
Yeah, and we'll see. In the next couple weeks as the year wraps up, hopefully we'll get out to see Aquaman. We'll be able to. I prefer to see those in the theater when I can.
I would like to see it in the theater, but the way the holidays fall this year, it's so screwed up because Christmas is on a Monday and I got to go to work that Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then New Year's Eve is a Sunday, New Year's Day is a Monday. I got to go to work that Tuesday. Yeah. So this year it's just really all jumbled up.
So we'll see if we can get to those. We'll watch some shows. Sounds like we both should be done Reacher season 2 by the end of the year.
Yeah, I think
so. We'll catch up on What If. We'll have all sorts of stuff.
They're long episodes. I didn't realize they're like hour-long episodes.
Oh well, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see if we catch up on What If then.
No, not What If. Reacher.
Oh yeah. Yo, it's a full on. Yeah, it's a full show.
I'm telling you, the first episode. I never read any of the books, but the first episode really like punched me in the stomach. Good. Like, oh my god.
Did you see the Tom Cruise movies?
No.
Okay.
So it's not ruined for me.
They weren't bad.
Not ruined, but I don't have that comparison.
They weren't bad. However, you've seen Tom Cruise.
Right.
You've seen Alan Richardson.
I've seen.
One of them is true to how he's described in the books.
I've seen that.
Yeah. It's not Tom Cruise.
I saw an interview with I think it was, I want to say Jimmy Kimmel, where he said it was either Kimmel or Fallon, where he said that he wrote out this really long letter to Tom Cruise to kind of thank him and say he was and he gave it to his the guy he works with Tom Cruise, and he gave him the letter, and the guy's like, we're not going to give this to Tom. We're going to just not say anything to Tom right now about this, because I don't think Tom Cruise took well that they kind of kicked him to the curb.
Probably not, though. He wouldn't have done a TV show anyway, so it's fine.
You never know.
No,
probably not.
He would not do a TV show.
But I don't have anything else. I figured it was going to be a little bit of a shorter show at Monday Night Football coming up, and Jalen Hurts is going to come and do a Michael Jordan. Like, I'm sick. I'm going to come out and throw 9 touchdowns.
It's fine. We'll let everybody get ready for that. Thanks as always for finding the Geek Spot. Tell a friend. Holidays are a great time for them to catch up with the show. Yes, they can find it anywhere they get their podcasts: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, now YouTube Music, because Google Podcasts is going away.
Oh yeah.
So wherever they're transferring subscriptions, all sorts of stuff. So Wherever you get that, let somebody know, tell a friend, and thanks for finding the Geek Spot with us. We'll see you all real soon.